Hi guys, welcome to the Fourth Moment Weekly Roundup, and this is where you get your weekly dose of local football action. As usual, Coach Andrew Pequeno, and lots to chat about. We've got the ABC final that took place, Andrew, on Saturday. ABC final. Congratulations to Hanover Park for making it through. Not like Zizwe. Apparently, it was a tough game. Were you there?
No, I watched it. I watched it on YouTube. Couldn't make it out there, but I did watch it on YouTube. Very nice.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
When we get there. Okay, we're not going to talk about it now.
Right? We can.
Yeah, let's start off with it.
Okay, let's start with it.
Yeah.
Listen, as everybody knows, Hanover Park won on penalties.
Mm-hmm.
I thought during the game, I switched on and then they centered and then the goal was scored within a minute.
Okay.
By Hanover Park, went 1-0 up, a good cross and a header into the corner. And I thought for the first 10, 15 minutes, Hanover Park were dominating. They had a couple of half chances after that. And then Zizwe started getting into the game. There was a breakaway goal. They scored down the right-hand side, and the player went through and hit past the keeper into the corner to make it 1-1.
Okay.
And then I thought that last 15, 20 minutes, Zizwe were now in the game. And then it got to halftime, and I think the second half was very evenly matched. I think there was an offside goal late in the first half that Zizwe scored that was given offside. People have been talking about it, was it offside, not offside, but we always get these decisions go swings and roundabouts in the season for everybody.
Yeah.
And then there was a penalty call in the second half, which also could have gone either way in Zizwe's favor, but it didn't. And then it got to penalties, Shamiel. And I thought with penalties, I know Hanover Park.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper Siraj Waltz is very good with penalties. Aces.
Yeah.
And irony, Lethan quotes the goalkeeper of Zizwe saved the first penalty. Zizwe scored their first two, Hanover Park scored the second, and we thought, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But then Siraj showed his worth, saved two. And that was it. He scored the winning penalty himself, became the hero, and now we got Hanover Park into the playoffs, Shamiel. I think the important thing now is we all need to support them. We want another team after what had transpired on Sunday with Cape Town Spurs being relegated now from the NFD or the Motsepe Foundation Championship. We're now all hoping Hanover Park is now the salvation we need to give our players on the Cape Flats hope to play NFD. We also call it NFD, but NFD again.
Yeah.
And I think we need to support them, But well done to them. Listen, in the season, we spoke about it last week. They were the team, sort of a bit slow, a couple of losses, and then from then on they were unbeaten, did very well. And they only beat what was put in front of them. We could argue which team was stronger at the end of the day, but Hanover Park beat who was put in front of them. And Saturday they proved it again.
That doesn't matter anymore because they proved their worth and they showed that they could win. And then, again, all the best of luck to them. And definitely we need another team in the ABC.
And I think with the squad that they have, Shamiel, I think they've got a good chance. I think we just need to obviously support them. And when I say we, I mean also the region. Everybody needs to obviously make it as easy as possible for them to travel. It's either in Bloemfontein or KwaZulu-Natal. It's not going to be easy. It's out of town. So we're hoping and praying that Hanover Park will get through. And obviously, with my affiliation with Hanover Park, obviously I'm supporting them 100%. And let's hope and see.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
It's the third week of June.
Yeah, we'll chat more about it as the time comes closer there. So obviously the other league that's still continuing, which is the Regional Men's League.
Oh, exciting stuff there.
There's stuff happening there. If you don't know, pay attention. So we're going to go to the results first, obviously, of the weekend. Matroosfontein losing 3-0 to Wanderers. Good win for Wanderers. Getting back on the horse there, as they say. Good hope. And Diadora playing. So obviously this was a match which was important for Diadora and for Trinis. Diadora winning 2-0 against Good Hope.
Yeah, good result away from home.
Yeah, Premier United having a good win over Silver Spurs 2-0.
Yeah, we thought that would happen.
Yeah. And then Trinis narrowly beating Ocean View 3-2.
They were 2-1 down, Shamiel.
Yeah.
I was told, with about 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So it shows you how the tenacity and the fight of the Trinis players, and they can see the end and finishing line in sight.
Yeah.
So good win for them.
Yeah, JL Zwane losing 2-0 to Cape Town City. That's not a good win for Zwane. We'll have a look at the log later. And then on Saturday we had some matches.
A good win for City.
So it's not a good result for Zwane.
Oh, you said good win.
Did I say good win? Oh, sorry. Not a good result for
Zwane. At least I picked that up.
Maybe you're the only one listening.
I know, maybe I should have kept quiet. Anyway.
Jomo's winning YMO 1-0. That's a good win for Jomo's.
Yeah, Jomo's at home. Tough was at home. Yeah.
And Greenwood beating Clover 4-3, 7 goals.
Good result for Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clover tough to beat.
Obviously, we had matches on Sunday also. So Antalya Spoor losing 3-1 to Ocean View. That's a very good win for Ocean View away from home.
They needed that 3-point shot. That's extremely good win.
Wanderers getting a 6-pointer over the weekend, beating Charles Zwane 1-0.
Bad weekend for Zwane.
Greenwood getting a 6 points there, 2-0 win over YMO.
Good result. Bad weekend for YMO again. 0 points, now getting dragged to the relegation zone.
Here's a big score here, 6-3 win for Clover over Goal 50. And that's not a result that Goal 50 would have won.
No, Goal 50 near the bottom now, Shamiel. Also in that hovering around that relegation zone, it doesn't help the goal difference.
Nope.
That's because goal difference could be important in that relegation fight.
Yeah. Spurs getting good goals on Sunday, 5-1 win over Matroosfontein.
That's Silver Spurs. If everybody thinks it's Cape Town Spurs, that's next season. Anyway, let's carry on.
That's next season.
Yeah, that's next season. Let's go.
And then on Tuesday, we had some matches also. Good win, much needed win for Saxon Rovers, 3-1 win over Premier. That's a surprising result, judging on the...
Saxon's at home, my friend. I know the bottom of the... When you look at the log, obviously Camps Bay are gone. So now at the revised log, Saxons are second bottom, or bottom now.
Yeah.
But Saxons have 3 out of their last 4 games at home. They know they need 9 points. So that was like a cup final for them.
So every game now is going to be like...
And if you look at Premier, they are safe. So
yeah, but also they've been getting the results. So.
Yes, but
I hear what you're saying about
you know what I'm saying. I think Saxons is more 100%. Okay. And I think they got a couple of tough games this weekend, which we'll get to as well.
And then Cape Town City drawing 2-2 with Good Up.
Good result for Good Up. Good Up need points also. Very good result.
And then we had a match on Monday.
Yeah.
And Trini's not doing themselves any favors, drawing 3-3 with Jomos.
Yeah, it was the game in hand. At least they didn't lose.
Yeah.
3-1 up, Trini's, 1-0 down, then going 3-1 up, and then Jomos came back at the end.
And apparently Trini's were a sort of laxy-daisy. I
wasn't there.
Yeah, I heard from somebody who was there.
Okay, but 3-1 up. I think you're 3-1 up, and you effectively could be 4 points clear with 2 games to go, and you got one eye on the league, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe thinking the job is done. Yeah. But, you know, there's never over in this league. We know that.
Apparently there were quite a few chances that they missed.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Opportunities they should have scored. But anyway, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
They got a point.
So, they got a point out of it. Looking at the log now, let's just see and talk about that quickly. So Trini's top of the log at the moment.
Sure.
66 points, 30 matches played. Diadora, 30 matches played. 64 points.
2 points behind. 2 games to go.
2 games to go, Greenwood in there again. So 30 matches played, 59 points. And now Cape Town City in 4th spot, 31 matches played, 59 points. But I think clearly it's between 1 and 2.
No, the others can't catch them now.
Yeah.
Sure, 2 games to go, 2 points clear.
Yeah.
If they falter 1 game, so listen, if I'm Diadora, I must know. I've got 2 games left, I must win.
Must win both.
Yeah, put them under pressure.
Yeah.
Because even if they draw 1, Diadora have a better goal difference. The goal difference is Diodora's got plus
37
and Trini's
30.
Yeah, so Diodora's got the goal difference in their favor. So if Trini's draw one game and Diodora win both. Yes. So if Trini's have a win and a draw, and
they'll end up
level points, and Diodora win it on goal difference. That's what I'm saying. Diodora have 2 cup finals. They know they have to get 6 points. They got to put Trini's under pressure.
We'll look at that fixtures now.
Yeah, the fixtures are nice.
Bottom of the log, Saxon Rovers, 29 matches played, 27 points.
Yeah.
Ocean View, 30 matches played, 29 points. Good Hope, 30 matches played, 29 points. Goal 50, 30 matches played, 30 points.
Wow.
And Clover, 30 matches played, 31 points.
And where's YMO?
I'm looking for them. 12th spot, 30 matches played, 32 points.
See, there's 5 points between, and Saxon's got a game in hand. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So Saxons have a game. So let's say, hypothetically, Saxons win the game in hand. They've gone past Good Hope. They've gone past Ocean View.
And they've got a better goal difference.
And they've got a better goal difference at goal 50. So that's what I'm saying. Anything can happen on the bottom.
They actually have the best goal difference, Saxon Rovers, out of the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
They have the best goal difference.
And with Camps Bay gone, there's a chance that 2 or 3 could go down.
Yeah.
So you need to end up being 4th bottom as a minimum. Yeah. And I think that's where Saxons target. That's what I'm saying. They've got 3 games left, Saxons. They've got 2 at home. If they get that 6 points, it's 35.
That helps them a lot.
It's going to be difficult for the other 2 teams with 2 games to go to get to 35. They're going to have to win both.
Here's a Aina. Charles Zwane is also in the mix.
What are they on?
The 11th spot, 30 matches played, 32 points.
Yeah, also. That's what I'm saying. It's 5 points between Saxons and 7th spot. There's 7 teams in it.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, it's heavy. Right, looking at the fixtures this week.
This is what we want to hear.
We've got matches on Thursday, Silver Spurs versus Jael Zwane.
Sure.
We just spoke about Jael Zwane. Coach Zulu needs to win there if he wants to make sure that he has an easy ride to the end of the season. Ocean View hosting Premier United on Friday.
Ocean, we need points.
Diadora playing Cape Town City.
Second versus fourth.
Yeah.
They have to win.
Playing at Downburg Road.
At Downburg Road, smaller field might suit them. Even though it's AstroTurf and City play on AstroTurf.
Yeah,
they also play on AstroTurf, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Diadora must win, Shamiel. Yeah. If they don't win, I think it's over.
Okay.
Personally.
Matroosfontein hosting Saxon Rovers.
Saxons need. If I'm Saxons, I'd look at it and say, well, that's effectively my game in hand. If I win, I'm ahead of like 4 other teams.
Yeah.
If I draw, it's okay. I've still got 2 other home games.
Yeah.
But the problem is your 2 other home games, one of them is Zwane. And if Zwane is drawn into the mix, it's like a cup final.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Tough, yeah. On Saturday, we've got more matches there. Greenwood hosting Trinitarians.
Jonna.
That's a tough one for Trinis, eh?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not playing it solo. Because the solo...
They're playing it at Limit Drive.
They're playing it at my point. Yeah. And that could sort of even it a bit more. I think
but
being on grass, because Trinis play on grass.
But you must remember, Greenwood has been trained there they've been on grass for the past how many weeks?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
Let's see what happens.
It all depends on Friday night. If Diadora win, huge pressure on Trinis on Saturday.
Yeah.
Greenwood, got nothing to lose. Maybe they'll also have aspirations to finish second if they win their last 2. Not second, but I mean to end up as high as possible.
As high as possible, yeah.
End up third, so maybe, it's going to be interesting.
Is the prize money for...
No.
Okay.
No, don't go there. I don't know where. It's gone to, but it's not there. There's no point. Anyway.
What I was going to say was just important now that draw of Trinis on Monday. If they had won, then they would have been on the easier. But anyway,
4 points clear, yeah.
Maybe we're talking up the pressure here.
No. Don't want to.
Goal 50 hosting YMO.
Goal 50 have to win.
Yeah.
The problem is if Goal 50 win, YMO in there.
Yeah.
So nearly every game, Shamiel has got a consequence to one of the teams.
Good Hope hosting Wanderers.
There we go. Good Hope need points. They're home.
Jomo's. Yeah. Jomo's hosting Antalyaspor.
Okay, that games are safe.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nice game. I think Antalyaspor youngsters might have one eye on other things like the engine and all that coming up. So let's see.
On Sunday, we've got games, Andrew.
Yeah.
Clover hosting Jomo's.
Sure.
Yeah. And then Saxon on Tuesday night hosting Antalyaspor.
Yeah, no. We know what Saxon need to do. No, they're way safe. They're like 5th or 6th. They're way safe.
What do you mean 5th or 6th? They're 10th spot with 34 points.
34 is safe.
Is 34 safe?
Yes. My opinion is safe.
All right.
Saxons need 3 points.
Okay.
I think they need 4 points on the weekend, but 3 just to be safe.
Okay, so that's it on the regional men's league. Sure. As you can see, a lot of action-packed games, happening in the 3rd division.
I think when we meet next week,
it's going to be a different story.
We might know if somebody's won the league, or there's a new leader, or what's happening at the bottom is going to be. Yeah. Anyway, but go watch watch those games. There's only 2 weeks left. You carry on, take over with the Cape Town Tigerberg. Right. We had cup games at Cape Town Tigerberg. Here's the results. Let me start with the shock. I was there. Vasco da Gama 1, Norway Parks 3. Norway Parks going to Para Park. I think Vasco being at home came second last year in the league. Have a very decent squad. Okay. I went there. I went there confident. Not confident, but I had a good feeling that they'd win. Yeah. Went 1-0 up. I wouldn't say they got complacent. They missed a number of opportunities to increase it. Norway Parks equalized before halftime. Then 2 goals by Norway Parks in the second half, and Vasco just couldn't score. Okay. I think in cup games, I think there's more pressure when you're behind in a cup game than in a league game, because in a cup game, it's a once-off. You have to get there. Yeah. So well done to Norway Parks. I've got to admit, they played very nice. They played very well. Other results: Saxon Rovers 3, UCT 2. Good result for Saxons, considering they got a depleted squad. Durbanville 0, Edgemead 0. Edgemead winning on penalties away at Durbanville. Oh wow! Good result for Edgemead. I heard that was a boring game. Boring. Yeah. I wouldn't. It's never boring when those two teams play each other. Yeah, apparently it wasn't not boring. It wasn't a good football game. Apparently, one of the sources said. Okay. Yeah. Next result. Again, these youngsters are FN Rangers, Shamiel. They win again. Garden Village 0, FN Rangers 3. Good result for them into the quarterfinals now. It's a big win for a derby, no? Yeah. Fishhook JMI was 1-1 after normal time. Fishhook getting through on penalties. Okay. And then the game of the round we spoke about. Wynberg St. John's 2, Tableview 1. Yeah, I saw that on social. Good result for Wynberg. I think, Shamiel, from all accounts, Wynberg made it 1-0 up. And then Tableview equalized, and Wynberg got a penalty to make it 2-1 late in the game. So good result for Wynberg. Cool. Then we move on to league games. There were only 2 games played on Tuesday night. The rest were all postponed due to the weather.
Yeah.
Edgemead won, Durbanville won. They played each other in the cup, and they played now away at
Is there anything in Tygerberg? Because
it was a draw, but
was it a draw?
Cup is a
because
draw.
Weinberg
draw.
Played
Tableview, and then they would have played Tableview Tuesday. Yeah, it was just the way the draw.
Was it only that 2 games like it?
Yeah. And then we had UCT 2, JMI 1. Shamiel.
UCT 2, JMI 1. Okay.
That was a good result. I think UCT are picking up points now early. The log at the moment, after 6 games, Tableview top with 15 points.
Okay.
Vasco second of 7 games with 14 points. And Edgemead now with the result on Tuesday night also on 14 points. And FN Rangers on 14 points. So Shamiel, there's a lot to play for in Cape Town Tygerberg.
Yep.
Let us get to the fixtures this weekend, because the fixtures. Oh yes, of course we've got fixtures.
Of course, it's Tygerberg.
So there's always
non-stop
fixtures.
action.
Yeah. So let me just get to those fixtures before I forget. And before there's problems here with everybody coming on my case. So if we look at it, Shamiel, let me just get to the homepage here. Apologies, everybody. I'm being Portuguese here again. So fixtures for this weekend. I can tell you at Royal Road, it's going to be JMI versus Vasco da Gama.
At Royal Road?
Yeah. It's a tough one. JMI's home fixtures, Shamiel, are now at Royal Road.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough one for Vasco. I think the way they're playing at the moment, JMI, they got big problems. They need points, and being near the bottom of the log, Vasco da Gama coming to visit.
Yep.
Yeah, tough one for Vasco. Right, let's get the other fixes out the way. Durbanville, Boersig. Durbanville, I think, are needing points just to stay near the top. Fishhoek, Wynberg, St. John's. Tough for Fishhoek.
Traveling?
Yeah, Wynberg traveling to Fishhoek.
Oh, that's not a good...
Tough for Fishhoek and tough for Wynberg.
Yeah.
What I always say is watch Fishhoek at home. They always get results at home. You'll find out why. You'll see. Norway Parks, UCT, also at Royal Road. Nice game. UCT have picked up some points. Norway Parks, buoyant after beating Vasco in the Cup. Wegersdal, Garden Village. Wegersdal, no points. 5 games, 5 losses. A club like Wegersdal.
Look at 5 losses.
Yeah, they need to pick up points.
Sure.
Garden Village struggling.
But they don't have a bad team, eh?
They got a decent team.
So
let's see what happens. They've got Garden Village coming. Maybe they'll pick up 3. Another game at Royal Road, Derby. Saxon Rovers, FN Rangers.
So 3 games at Royal Road.
Yep. So if we're going to get to Royal Road, you get 3 games for 1, and it's free entrance. Saxon Rovers, FN. Derby. Every year, it's a tough game. FN youngsters doing well. So let's see. Tableview versus Edgemead.
Oh, it's going to be a tough
Another bumper game.
Yeah,
always tough to beat Tableview Shamiel.
Yeah.
And Edgemead are looking at winning the league this year, is what I've been told. So let's see what happens there. And then we're going to get to Tuesday night. Wynberg, St. John's, UCT. Catch-up game. Wynberg could get 6 points here, Shamiel. They could be near the top of the log by the time we meet next week.
If they get the
interesting
results,
weekend. Yeah, interesting weekend there.
Then
it's Cape Town Tygerberg.
Cape Town Tygerberg. Okay, we're going to jump to Cape District. I think it's going to be a bit shorter. So we've got the results there. Spenston getting a good 3-1 win over Ashford, Andrew.
Sure.
Yeah, that's an unexpected result.
Good result.
Yeah. And then Claywood beating Salt River 2-1. That's also sort of a surprise there. Rossi Park weren't by. Greenwood and Wesley drawing 1-1.
Good result for Greenwood.
Yeah, good result.
But they don't have a number of players, I think.
I think they're probably starting to come back now. Then Montague Spurs, the log leaders at the moment at Cape District, beating Oregon Spurs 3-2. Battle of the Spurs.
Good result there.
And then Wolves and Ocean View getting a good 1-1 draw for both sides.
Good result for Ocean View.
Yeah, both sides. Log there, Monty's obviously top of the log, 5 out of 5, 15 points. Claywood, 6 matches played, 4 wins, 12 points. And then Spenston, third spot, 6 matches played, 12 points. Fixtures for this weekend at Cape District. Ashford hosting Wolves at Heathfield. Wow. That's going to be a tough game. That's going to be a tough game. Grassy Park in Claywood. We'll see what happens there. Grassy Park got a lot of young players there, Andrew.
Yeah, very good.
Brand new team.
Very good players.
Greenwood up against Oregon Spurs. That's Solar Street Derby.
I was about to say, that's a derby.
Solar Street Derby. That's happening at Solar Street on the grass field. Ocean View are hosting Montague Spurs. So it's going to be a tough match for Monties to travel. Let's see how well they do. Spenston up against Salt River. That's at William Herbert. And then Wesley's on by. That's going to be a tough game, yeah. So Salt River on the rebuilding phase. Spenston seem to be settled. So let's see what happens there.
And now,
who we got?
The elephant is getting exciting.
Mitchell's playing.
Hell yeah, Mitchell's playing. Results, Saturday, Beacon City 2, Juventus 1. Bit of a shock result.
Beacon City 2,
Juventus, you know, building a nice squad there. Good result for Beacon City. Then, the top game of the weekend.
Top game.
Beacon Spurs 5, Liverpool Portland's 1.
Ooh.
It's a bit of a hammering for Liverpool Portland's. Beacon Spurs keeping on going on Saturday. Good result for them. Cedar Park 2, Rockefellers 0, Shamiel. Good result for Cedar Park. Then FC Tafelzucht 4, Stanturf 0. Good result for FC Tafelzucht.
Yeah.
Lentigeur 1, Bale 3. Good result for Bale away. Well, I say it's away, but good result for Bale. Colville 2, Ikapa 2. Ikapa needing points. Good result for Ikapa. Savinga Spurs 2, Westridge 3. I said watch Westridge over the last couple of weeks. They've been getting a number of wins now in a row.
Yep.
Good result for them. 3-2 over Savinga Spurs. Woodlands 0, Riverton 1. The game of the two promoted teams.
Oh, yeah. Riverton. I was just thinking Riverton got promoted.
Very good result for Riverton. Then we get to Sunday. Bale again, good weekend, 6 points for them. Bale 2, Ikapa 0. FC Tafelzucht 6 points for them too. FC Tafelzucht 2, Colville 1.
Okay.
Juventus 2, Cedar Park 3. Bad weekend for Juventus, Shamiel.
Yeah.
No points. Liverpool Portland's recovered. Liverpool Portland's 4, Savinga Spurs 1. Good result for Liverpool
That's
Portland's.
a good result. That's a big turnaround.
Then, shock of the weekend. We had the big result of Beacon Spurs Saturday. Sunday they played Riverton. Riverton 1, Beacon Spurs 0. First loss of the season for Beacon Spurs, Shamiel. 6 points for
Riverton. Wow.
6 points for Riverton on the weekend. Well done to them. Rockefellers 5, Lentigeur 2. Good result for Rockefellers. Bad weekend for Stanturf again. Stanturf 0, Woodlands 2. Woodlands losing to Riverton the Saturday. Good win the Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Westridge just keep on going, Shamiel. Another 3-2. Westridge 3, Beacon City 2. So, how does this...
Yeah, how does that log look?
How
many matches have they played so far? Because they also
they
played
like
a double header every
They
week.
played like 12 or 9 matches, sorry. So now, here's how it stands after Sunday's games. Top of the log, 9 games played, 22 points, Beacon Spurs. Second, 9 matches played, 21 points, 1 point behind, Westridge. 9 matches played, 20 points, FC Tafelzucht in third. Then we have Rockefellers with 17. So, Shamiel, the contenders that we always see coming up, Westridge, FC Tafelzucht, they're coming and they're climbing. You know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. 9 matches in, Mitchell's playing 1 point separating first and second.
You've got to keep your hand on it, because, I mean, there's so many games taking place so quickly. You can easily be...
Yeah, you could be top and in 2 games' time, you could be third.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But listen, it's exciting and Mitchell's playing, Shamiel. It's exciting. Now, let's get to the fixtures. Sorry, I'm just going to open up here. Right, Champions League.
We're go slow tonight.
Very go slow on my side, eh?
Yeah.
Normally it's you, but today it's me. Right, Saturday. Let's go. Beacon City versus Liverpool Portland's.
Okay.
Shoo, Shamiel, it's going to be a nice game. Beacon Spurs versus Stanturf.
It's a bit tough for Stanturf.
Stanturf have had a bad weekend. Yeah. Not a good time to play Beacon Spurs. Cedar Park versus Westridge. This will be a tough one for Westridge, but I think they should get it. Ikapa Rockefellers. I think watch Rockefellers in that game. Juventus, bad weekend. No points last weekend. Playing Lentigeur this weekend. Not going to be easy. Colville, Bale are coming up slowly up the log. Savinga Spurs, Riverton. Can Riverton make it 3 out of 3? Let's see. Woodlands, Tafelzucht. I think Tafelzucht need to win. I think to keep the pressure on Beacon Spurs at the top. Why I say that? Sunday, first game. FC Tafelzucht versus Beacon Spurs. As it currently stands, first versus third.
Third. Okay.
Last year's defending champions, FC Tafelzucht. The Pretenders, Beacon Spurs. Nice game. Pretenders, bro. Juventus versus Ikapa. That'll be a nice game. Liverpool, Portland, Cedar Park.
Yeah.
Riverton, Beacon City. Also a nice game. Rockefellers, Bale. That'll be a nice game. Both teams. Rockefellers, young side.
Yeah.
Bale doing well. Stanturf. Never gets easy for them. Savinga Spurs. Not easy.
Yeah.
Westridge versus Lentigeur, Shamiel. Also a tough one. And to round off the weekend, Mitchell's playing. Woodlands versus Colville.
So where's all that matches being played?
Sunday a lot at Rocklands. Okay. Rocklands and Westridge on Sunday. Okay. And on Saturday we're having Rocklands and Westridge again. So no games at Strandfontein this weekend. Yeah,
so make a turn there to Mitchell's playing to get some whole lot of action.
Yeah, I think Sunday might be the day, eh?
Yeah.
Especially for that FC Tafelzucht Beacon Spurs game.
What time do the games kick off?
3:30, sorry. 3:30. And I can tell you guys now, that game, Tafelzucht versus Beacon Spurs, Westridge B. 3:30.
3:30, okay.
So get out there.
From Mitchell's playing, we're going to jump to South Peninsula. A bit fewer games there. Azuri beating Vrygrond 6-1.
Wow.
Lavendale beating Goodhope 3-0. Oasis beating Ariel Spurs 2-0.
Good result.
Rainbow Chiefs losing 3-2 to King David, Andrew. Wow. And then Wanderers banging in the goals against Steenberg on Saturday. 9-0. And Atletico United. Oh, so many goals. Gives me on my chest. And Atletico beating Square Hill 3-2.
I told you, South Peninsula is a place for goals, brother.
Top of the log, Lavendale.
Yeah?
8 matches played, 24 points.
Okay, maximum.
Yes. Ariel Spurs, second with 19 points, and Atletico.
They're building up a
third
gap.
with 18 points, yeah.
Lavendale.
Yeah, Wanderers
It'll
out
be
in
tough to
fifth
pick
spot
back.
at the moment. Fixtures quickly, I'm going to run through them quickly. Ariel versus Eagle Wings, Crusaders versus Lavendale, Good Hope versus Wanderers, King David versus Azuri, Squeal versus Oasis, and Steenberg versus Rainbow Chiefs. And last day, Vrygrond versus Development. Vrygrond versus Atletico United. Sorry, guys.
Lot of results.
Yeah. That's it.
Anyway, is that it?
Yeah.
Is that all the LFAs we got?
Is that all? Are you done?
I'm done. Let's go.
Why am I working more than you?
You got to. Northerns. Let's go. What's happening in Northerns? Northerns always exciting. We want to find out what happened to our friends Kalkstein.
Kalkstein for 10. Okay, not there yet. Northern's Bellows Spurs losing 4-1 to Blue Down Spurs.
Okay, so that's Blue Downs flying this season. Barrow Spurs, I know that they signed quite a number of players. They thought
it's not Blue Downs, I mean, it's Bishops that's flying.
Oh, Bishop sorry.
Lavis.
But no, Blue Downs also doing well. But Barrow Spurs, they've made a number of signings. They were going for the league. Not a good start to the season for them. They're not even in the top 5.
Bellstar beating Eastern Rovers 2-1.
Good result.
Belleville beating United 3-1. Bishop Lavis beating Valhalla 1-0.
That's the game.
Lavis.
No, but I'm still Blue Downs are doing well. Lavis, Shamiel, sure, they had good season.
Yeah.
Last year they went far in the Coke.
Yeah.
And Valhalla struggling.
Kalkstein losing 3-4 to UWC.
No, man. Serious.
Trin is winning, Ravens meet 3-2. Yeah. Looking at the log there, currently UWC top of the log. Obviously, they've played more matches than anybody else. 10 matches played, 20 points. Bishop Lavis in second, 7 matches played. No losses yet, Andrew. 19 points.
Good.
And United in third, 6 matches played, 15 points.
And Valhalla?
I only stopped at top 5. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So listen.
But the long season to go.
It's a long season, but yeah, good start from Lavis.
Very good start. Hopefully they keep it up. Blue Down Spurs are hosting Belleville United this weekend. Eastern Rovers are up against Trinis. Ravensmead playing against Kalkstein Fontein. Come on, Kalkstein Fontein.
Come on, boys.
Come on. United versus Bishop Lavis and UWC versus Bellow Spurs. And last day, Valhalla versus Bellstar.
Nice games. Yeah, Northern's also a place to be. That's Saturday.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
They play, 3:30 also?
Yeah, 3:30.
Yeah, get out there.
Yeah.
Get out there, support the clubs, yeah. I think that's it. I think this weekend, just to highlight, there's engine qualifiers. We're not going to go to the fixtures. There's so many. There's
engine qualifiers.
Not engine, sorry. Coke Cup qualifiers. My apologies. Engine draw is Monday night. That's the other thing on my brain. Monday night's the engine draw.
Why are you going?
Next week? No. Next week, we will give you guys a roundup of all the groups. It's at Erica Park in the middle of June. We'll give you guys all the details next week's show.
Yeah.
But getting back to the Coke Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
There's about 300 teams on a bye, so we're not going to go through the fixtures now for Sunday. But I can tell you, get out to the venues. They're everywhere. There's Roykrans, there's Nyanga, there's Lingaletu, there's
a whole lot.
There's a lot of venues. So go look on SAFA website. You'll see the Coke Cup qualifying fixtures. Get out there, support your clubs.
Around what is this?
Around plenty. That's around plenty.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Okay, it's
everybody
like I said, there's about 300 teams on a bye, so it's like around plenty.
Yeah.
So get out there, support your clubs.
What else is there?
I think
nothing much, just LFA football, go out and support.
And the third division, please, Tunis and Deodora. The main game is Friday night, Deodora, Downberg Road versus Cape Town City, 7:30. Get out there. I think it's going to be an exciting game.
We've got Trinis versus Greenwood, Element Drive, 1:30. So you can get a liquor dose of local
I might go to that, eh? It'll be a nice game.
Catch a game, man.
I think I'm going to go to that Greenwood game. It's just up down the road from my house.
Down the road, yeah.
Not Downberg Road, down the road. But anyway, it's been a nice show. Except for Mr. Coffee on my right.
Guys, that's it from us. Before we go, we're going to say, I haven't said it in a while. Please like and subscribe on the videos, share, comment, all that stuff, interact. Somebody commented last week. We spoke about the players, between the Summer League and the Winter League.
Yes.
And I think it might have been Bradley Barnes, excuse me if I'm wrong. He said there's a rule in place where the players have to rest. But who monitors that rule?
I don't think it gets monitored. Players, I think, just want to play.
Yeah.
And I don't think players belong to another club and they play Summer League at another club. They just give the clearance and the players.
I've seen ABC players playing and then like a week or so later.
I know there are a few of the Vasco players, ABC players that are resting. But it's niggles and injuries and stuff more than anything else. They all want to play, but they just go.
Yeah. Okay, and then before we go, I want to say big up thanks to Pequeno, our apparel sponsor, and then also London Visuals for editing our videos. And until next
And like and
week,
subscribe.
I did say that.
Yeah, but please, I'm just saying it again. We always find that we don't get enough interaction. So like and subscribe, then we know who's doing it. Number one. Number two, please comment. Please comment.
Yeah, you can. You can tell us anything.
Yeah, we will answer.
Maybe.
Next week.
Until next week. Cheers.
Cheers.